Hi, everyone. Welcome to the July 28th Arts and Culture Commission meeting. It is 6:33 p.m. and I call the meeting to order. John, would you like to do roll call?
Yes. Vice Chair.
Present.
Hi.
My
Okay. Vice Chair Wong, I'm sorry. Present. Commissioner Chen. Commissioner Lamba. Present. Commissioner Pond.
Here.
All right. Chair Aurora is absent for now. Thank you so much.
All right, the first item on the agenda is approval of minutes. So the subject is approval of the May 19th, 2025 Arts and Culture Commission minutes. The recommended action is to approve the minutes. Do we have any comments or questions? Do we have a motion?
I will motion to approve.
I can second it.
Take a vote.
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous? All right, unanimous. We have 4-0 with Chair Aurora absent. Right.
So, John, were you able to call her?
No, I just sent her a quick message and she confirmed earlier today that she'd be here at 6:30. So let's take a few minute break for me to call her. I could do that. You could make that motion. But yeah.
I mean, before we get into the meteor things.
Sure. Let me just get her phone number really quick. Apologize, all right, let's see if I can. Yeah, good shit. Okay.
Alright. So we just started the meeting. We got through the roll call. As well as approval of minutes. And do we need to update roll call?
We can make note of it that Chair Aurora is here. She at 7. Okay, and we've already approved the minutes. And that's as far as
Yeah, so the next item would be oral communications.
no postponements.
Oh,
What is postponements?
These are postponed.
And the past or something else? Okay.
So like the items have been tabled and. For another meeting, that's typical of postponement.
Okay. So we have none?
None.
Yep.
I think we're ready for oral communications. If you were Chair, just read a portion of oral communications. I can read it for you if you'd like.
Yes, please.
This portion of the meeting is reserved for persons wishing to address the commission on any matter Within the jurisdiction of the commission and not on the agenda, speakers will limited to 3 minutes. In most cases, state law will prohibit the commission from making decisions with respect to a matter not on the agenda. You have one person speak, Lisa Warren, Miss Lisa Warren. Your show.
Oh, great. So, art installation. There has been public art required by development for Westport completed, and I don't know how many people in this room. I hope you all know about it and have seen it, yes?
It's the one with the butterflies?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I just want to comment, that's the kind of art we need. It's beautiful. And they should be told that many times. That's it.
You have 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Oh, man, I saved it for later.
Okay, perfect. All right, and that's. And Chair, I will pass on the message if you'd like to the artists.
Yes, that would be great. Thank you.
We have no written communications. We have no items on consent. That takes us to old business. If you like, I can read the subject. Sure. No problem. Okay, subject is finalized recommendations to the municipal code standards for art in public and private development, including the standards in the municipal code and developing art and policy recommendation, receive the presentation, provide feedback from staff. I don't have a presentation per se. I think we had one big change, and that was to update the scope of the, in terms of what we will allow with the art and lieu funds once they're received. Before it was just physical art, limited to physical art. But as per direction of the commission last time, there was a thought to add other items such as, let me go up right here. Let me share my screen. Just so we can. Two tabs open. I apologize. And it was really two sentences right here, which says, additionally, as in lieu developer, fees unpredictable. Okay, oh, sorry, the first paragraph on the public art fund. In addition, funds may also be utilized programming, funding art shows, creating scholarships, supporting education, other potential items as determined by the city council based on recommendations of the cultural commission. So this allowed more of a breadth to what we had. I assume this encapsulates what was requested and directed by the commission at the last meeting in May. And then the idea is to take this to planning commission, the first meeting, September 9th. I will confirm with the commission once we have that nailed down.
Are we open for comments?
Yes, of course.
Two things. The
Yeah.
first quick one, in that paragraph that you just read, I believe it's supposed to be funds may also be utilized for programming. Missing the for.
This may also be utilized for program.
Okay. And then my second question is, did you receive any feedback or recommendations from SV Creates after our meeting last time?
No, so I did send it to them and they said nothing looks out of the ordinary. So they had no further comment besides what was discussed at the commission meeting. And what was presented to them as well.
Do we have any other clarifying comments from the commissioners?
I mean, this gives flexibility, so that's what we were looking for. And we had also discussed creating a scratch list. Brainstorm scratch list, so hopefully you're getting input. John, you had volunteered to collate.
Yes.
So if anybody has not given the inputs, my request is please do. And that sometime maybe we'll review it, right? So, yeah.
And again, this will go through plan commission as well in September and then hopefully council by October, November.
So I have a remark. So, when it goes to the planning commission, does anyone need to be present as any of our commissioners at that meeting?
Typically, the chair or vice chair would need to be present. So
Okay.
as an example, so items that go to planning commission for approval, planning commission chair is expected to be at council to talk about their recommendation if asked by a council member.
Okay, also at the planning commission meeting?
Great question. I would say, Kirsten, are you familiar with the expectation of commissioners to, by the way, it's Kirsten Squarch as city clerk.
Well,
Are we, what's the expectation for council members, or I'm sorry, commissioners to go to council or another commission to talk about the recommendation?
Yes, sure. So if any commission, and this is outlined in our commissioner's handbook. If any commission makes a recommendation to the council, the chair is expected to, and at that council meeting to make the recommendation to council and answer any questions. And any of the other commissioners are free to attend, so.
So it's in a situation where planning commission, if this is being brought to the planning commission for the, prior to council, would the expectation still be for them to come to planning commission? as well?
I would expect it to be exactly the same.
okay, great, thank you for that. So if we would know when these dates are,
Absolutely.
that we make sure that one of us is present. Thank you for that.
Sure.
Okay. Are there any public comments on this agenda?
I have nothing.
Okay,
I have one question.
Oh,
Last
sure.
week we had asked that, how do we know about the forthcoming places where the fund might be anticipated? Do we have any source that we know, like the forthcoming projects that might have such a situation?
So what we do have, and we do have a list of projects coming into the city on our website. If you go under major projects on the planning division's webpage, you can see all the major projects listed. A few of them have preemptively let us know that they would like to do the in lieu fee, and not provide art on site. But that's again, per our revised ordinance, that would be up to the Arts and Culture Commission to say whether they would be supportive of that or not. So if you go to, again, just to summarize, if you go to the city's website, go to the plan division's webpage, there'll be links to the major projects in the city. There's quite a few. So we have
So do we have a timeline of when do we get that info? Because we ought to be prepared before that. So do we have a timeline of when that result or the suggestion or the selectionist will be reaching us?
maybe no.
Like, I would expect this marina complex.
Yeah,
They are planning right now, so that will come to the table at some time.
well, but Marina was approved, however, I believe they're revising their project, so that could be years. Well, one project that was approved recently by city, well, two actually, Westport, the building one was approved recently, back in May, so they'll be that should be the next year coming in. Two is the Pizza Hut site by Summerall Homes, where Pizza Hut and Staples was, so that one we'll be submitting probably within the next 6 months or so. There's at least 10 others, I would say, that are going through review right now. Actually, probably more than 10. So there's a lot of RP happening in the next like 2 or 3 years, whether it be in lieu fees or whether it be project art pieces on site.
The Jollyman Park one is beautiful. I went for that opening. And as you said, the Westport, the Oaks, whatever it's called, the ones that Westport, thank you, with the butterflies and so on. I was walking by and I met the artist. He was doing the installation, he and his
Wow.
wife jointly.
Right.
Okay, they were finishing up the whole thing. Fantastic couple. And he described more about that installation, right? If you just look at it, it's good. But when you talk about the garden, the butterfly garden right next to it, really vast.
It says that on the block.
so, I wanted to, ask, the staff, would it be possible, as I think Commissioner Mann was also, referring to, little bit of a heads up on projects that could be coming to our commission for art and lieu, or of course, art piece on the site within, this is 2025, or let's say within the next 12 months.
Okay.
If that could be noted.
I could probably put together a list about when they will go to hearing, but in terms of when they submit, so. In theory, they have before final occupancy to submit their art pieces or.
Okay,
So, I mean, so
Okay.
you're looking, like Westport, I mean, that was approved in 2020. And we, you know, and so now we're 2025, that's a 5-year period before, and we're still not done with the art. Wow, on that side too, so.
yeah, okay, whatever you think is helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not, it doesn't need to be precise, but like maybe Q1 2026, this will be coming.
So I think it's due, what I can do is after this meeting, sometime in the next couple of days, just send the link.
Okay.
To a whole list. We do actually have a formulated.
Okay.
We really only have residential development in the city. We don't have enough, I mean, so those are a pretty tight timeline. So I expect 2026 to probably be a pretty big year for residential development improvements. So
That's very helpful, thank you.
sure.
Do we need a vote or not?
I think a motion would be appropriate, just to make, just so it gives me the confidence to go to the planning commission as a stated with the changes that the vice chair recommended, which is the grammatical, adding the word for, correct? And I believe that was it. So,
So do we have a motion?
not yet.
So I'm asking.
I can present the motion, yes,
Okay.
I can start the motion,
Okay.
please.
Do we?
I second.
Thank you very much. Could we take over?
Sure. Let's go. Motion from Commissioner Pana, and a second from Commissioner Lamba. Commissioner Chen? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Vice Chair Wong? Chair Rara?
Aye.
5-0, unanimous?
Yes.
Awesome. Great. And we do have quite a stacked meeting today.
Okay.
So we do have under new business. We have a presentation by a photographer, Cupertino resident, Jean Zhou, is that how you pronounce? Zhu. Okay, I apologize. So in the recommended action is just to receive the presentation. So so I'll get your presentation uploaded. Jean, if you want to sit at the table, and I can run the presentation for you, just screen.
Very curious, what's the presentation about?
Showing. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay. We got.
All right.
Don't know what to do.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jean Zhu, and thank you very much for the invitation and the opportunity to introduce myself a little bit and share some of my artworks with this commission. That's me. I with my lens and camera at Cowley Hill Regional Park in Fremont. So a little bit about myself. I am a long-term Cupertino resident. I lived here since 1995. Absolutely loved it. I did all my education locally. I went to San Jose State University for my undergrad in electrical engineering. After graduation, I went to work for Cisco Systems. While working there, I went to Santa Clara University at night and got my master's degrees in business administration. I worked for Cisco for almost 25 years. Married, my husband is here supporting me, and I have twin daughters, and Zoe, so she's the other daughter, Leilani, is in Lake Tahoe right now with her friends. They will be senior at Monte Vista High School next month. So time flies. I always loved photography, whether it's landscape or portrait, but it's really wildlife that really elevated my hobby to a passion. And I started being a full-time mom in 2018 for these two girls. And that allowed me a little more time to explore the wildlife, mainly in United States and the San Francisco Bay Area. So the list is some of my recent accomplishment in the photo contest hosted by the state and the federal government.
Next
In
one.
the next few in the next few slides, I'll share the photos I've taken. So this was taken a couple weeks ago at the catch basin in Rancho San Antonio. I was still waiting for the matchboards like Sora and Virginia Rail, and this elusive rabbit and was running towards my lens. So it's a black-tailed jackrabbit. Usually they're very skittish, they're trying to stay away from humans. And this one was running towards my lens. I had a series of it. Excuse. So this one was also taken at Rancho San Antonio. It's in early March of this year. The red-winged blackbird actually is one of the most common birds in North America. And in early spring, the male would sing a lot to defend their territory. So getting a shot of the male bird singing is pretty easy. But the challenge is to get the breast when he was singing. So that requires the weather to be cold enough and the air to be still enough, no wind, and you want to make sure it's not an overcast day. So I went to Rancho several mornings in a row to eventually get these shots. So next, please. So this is a bobcat that I took last week. Yeah, we haven't seen this bobcat we haven't seen a bobcat at the park for 3 years. So it was very exciting. And I was lucky. So this is only my second visit. The first visit, I waited for 4 hours, nothing happened. So this one, as soon as I pulled into the parking lot and it was there, she was there hunting for almost an hour. Next slide, please. So this one was taken in August of 2022. And like I said, we haven't seen a bobcat at Rancho for 3 years. When we saw this one, the local residents were really excited because we haven't seen bobcat in the park for nearly 10 years because of a disease called bobcat AIDS that basically wiped out all the bobcat population in Cupertino. So it was a very experience. So happy to see another one return. Next one, please. So each May, lazuli bunting will pass by Cupertino. Some of them will stay to nest and breed. They prefer higher elevations, so if you hike higher on the trails in Rancho, you will in early May and you will meet these beautiful birds. Please. In wintertime or early February, you see visitors like the hooded merganser in the creeks like Stevens Creek and like all the ponds in Cupertino. So this shot was taken, three baby owls in May of 2022. And they were babies from this almost like a celebrity great horned owl couple living in Rancho San Antonio. And as far as I know, they've been nesting and breeding in that park, the same tree cavity, really 10 years. So this year was very interesting that in March, they had the parents had a couple of chicks hatched, but the strong wind blew them on the ground, so they died. So initially we thought the season was over for the bighorn owls, but they laid another clutch of eggs, sat around for 6 weeks, even though it's very late in the season. And they successfully bought up another clutch of owlet. So by following these wildlife locally, you can really appreciate their resilience, surviving in the wild. So this one was taken in March of 2020 in Blackbird Farm Park, which is very close to my house. And that was at the beginning of the shelter-in-place policy. And I think going to the public place was one of the few activities you can still do during the pandemic. So it was a memorable experience for me to see this beautiful bud of the flower. So this in the next slide, they're long-term resident of Blackberry Farm Park. This Western Screechy Owl has been living in the barn for nearly 10 years. And the next one, this one lives in a cavity in the picnic area and in the farm. And she's also been living there for nearly 10 years. So by exploring the public lands in Cupertino, I come to realize that we have a lot of owls helping us to control the rodent populations here. So maybe we can share that with the supermarket that shut it down. So, have more owls, right?
Oh, got it.
I think that's pretty much it. So I hope you if you enjoy my my artworks of our local wildlife. I know that Cupertino is known for its great public school and apple, and it should also be known for the biodiversity of its local wildlife. And hopefully this commission can help my artwork reach out to more residents of Cupertino and beyond. So thank you.
I have a question though. And how can you be so patient by waiting 4 hours for a, I mean, like, I want to learn that skill from you. You're so patient. As you said, I have to wait 4 hours, sometimes one day, second day. How do you, I mean, keep up with that patience in you?
Yeah, it's a wonderful question that it's, to me, it's a Zen experience because it's a Zen-like experience. You go out to these beautiful parks, and you tell yourself, don't expect anything, and any day in the park is a great day. So if I capture anything, something is great. If not, I spend a day in outdoors, with nature. So I guess that's how I train my patience. So it takes many of these, and it just takes years to eventually get the shots that you want. So
Many days a week, she leaves like 5 a.m. before the sunrise.
it's the light.
Drive sometimes 2 hours.
Oh,
know,
wow.
and then stayed there 3 hours carrying 20, 30 pound bag, sometimes multiple miles. I mean, it's pretty demanding. It's a job.
By the way, you can't find parking in Rancho after 5 a.m. anyway.
Yeah. So usually for photography, it's the art of light and the most beautiful lights, couple, 5 or 10 minutes around sunrise and probably half an hour around sunset. So these are the time that you go out to bed, but you don't
The
want to
Blackberry-
middle of the day, right?
Blackberry Golf Course, I see coyotes. There was a red-tailed hawk that was nesting out there, then the chicks came out. All kinds of wildlife.
Fascinating,
You should do some pictures.
I'm looking for my ball.
Talking about driving long hours and I think one year for Mother's Day, my husband was asking me what I want. I said, well, drive me at 4 a.m. to this park for weasels. And this is like, in cesspool in Mendocino County. So that was my Mother's Day gift. So I was asleep in the car, he would drive.
So, I mean, these are the best ones. I can see that. But beyond that, you must be having an inventory of like millions of other pictures as well, right?
Oh, yes.
Which are like,
That's one thing that I'm glad you asked. One thing that I forgot to put it in the slide deck is my website.
inventory. Yeah.
I have a link.
How do we reach that?
It's
I get forwarded.
.com.
That'd be lovely. I mean, she is literally thousands and thousands.
Yeah, I can believe that.
And on the website, it's dozens for now.
Sure.
So if you have interest, let us know.
Okay.
Sure.
My husband helped me build the website because, from this Silicon Valley, right? Lots of engineers who can tailor the art side.
But one question you put was really very relevant. Digital versus AI versus like made up pictures. Photoshop, yeah. So you must be having a lot of competition of made out pictures, like filters and all. But yours is natural. I can see that.
Yeah, so for right now, for digital photography, it's still pretty much on the traditional series, right? If you use a lens, take the light, you hit the digital sensors in your camera that create the representation of the physical world. And yes, there's Photoshop, Lightroom help you to alter that image, alter that physical world you actually see. But, if you enter into serious photo competition, they are asking you for the raw file to prove that you didn't do all these
Oh, okay.
mutations, alterations. But for AI, as far as I can see right now, it's very obvious to train eyes, right? Maybe later, I don't know later. Did we actually represent the physical world? I don't know. So, but for now, digital photography is still, I can use my raw file strictly out of the camera to prove the world. I've seen.
Lovely. Again, and that was for the patients. Amazing.
So on behalf of the Arts and Culture Commission, I'm sure all of the commissioners will congratulate you, would like to join in congratulating you for all the work that you've done, for the awards that you have won. I will allow other commissioners, if they have any question, maybe a question per commissioner, if you haven't had a chance. And if you will share your website with the staff, that can be also shared with the commissioners. I'm sure you can reach out to her and ask more information and really learn more about
Especially for the resident of
work you are doing. Yeah.
Also for the resident of Cupertino to know,
Yes.
the wonderful wildlife living amongst us.
Definitely.
We should go out and join them and
Definitely.
protect them.
So allow us to maybe get some ideas and we will share that with you and we can also share that with the staff. Right now, I will just take the round to see if anyone has any questions regarding the presentation itself. Commissioner, yeah, yes, please.
Can I have two questions?
Okay.
So 2 questions. thank you so much for sharing your work with us. This is the most beautiful and impressive wildlife photography I've seen, so thank you for sharing. How did you hone your craft? That's curious to learn. But also, I mean, what I guess what additional opportunities or environments do you think the city of Cupertino could do to help support artists like yourself?
To answer thank you for the questions, and to answer the first one, it's really, to me, photography is really a sports. And it takes practice. The theory is very simple, but it takes many, it took me probably 10 years to reach this level, and then there's so much more room to improve. And to me, it's like doing a math drill. You keep going out there, you take your photo, you review it and see what mistake you've made. You go out there and correct that mistake, and just keep trying, and practice makes perfect. And the second one is I was, trying to explore this with the commission, that how to because wildlife photography is also, I think it's good for mental health, and have people going outdoors to enjoy so many public lands that the city offers. So I don't know how to reach out to the, tens of thousands of residents of, can we, do an exhibition, or I don't know. I'm welcome for details and for ideas.
I would add to her, response. It took her years to fine tune the settings of the camera, but also basically her cameras are like dozens of thousands of dollars. I mean, basically, she has multiple cameras, each more than $10,000 a piece. So, at first she didn't know she would be that serious about it, and then over time, she justified for herself to get this equipment. But basically, you can get these shots with cheap camera. So it's a combination of, I guess, her expertise, adjusting of the settings, being fast at it when she sees the animal and be able to take a shot. But then also the equipment, she's really
Yeah,
good.
the technology helps too.
Thank you. Commissioner Lama, did you have any questions?
No, David asked the question I had, which is how can we get engaged or help? So, and you mentioned exhibits potentially. Okay. Any others that you can think of?
I haven't really given it a serious thought, and I would reach out to John and the commission when I have more ideas.
Okay.
But if you guys have any proposal, I'm all ears.
I would say, the issue is these animals, they're wild animals, so it's not like you can just, have a post saying, hey, here's an owl, and then everybody comes, well, guess what, the owl's gonna fly away because they don't like people. So, I don't know, I mean, show her pictures, but yeah, it's not a problem thing, because like I said, the animals just go away.
No, I believe it's more than the animals, it's the art that I'm appreciating.
Yeah.
The way you've been developed yourself and to bring it to us, not just the animals. For me, it's a total talent in her. That's why I appreciate more. Yeah.
And also the behavior of these wildlife in their natural environment, rather than going to a zoo the behavior is completely different. And it's also to understand the species, and when they migrate to Cupertino, what kind of environment they like to breed and nest. And it's a fun learning process. I would think that sharing with our young generations in Cupertino would also be a good path to go down.
Thank you. Commissioner Jin, you do have any question?
Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful artwork. I was organized and held many times big photo contest and the show. So the judge and someone, they all come from National Geographic, maybe first class, second prize. So I knew each photo has a story behind the photo, right? It's all hard work. It's not just like regular people, I take a shot. Take a long time to capture that moment. So it's a patience. I cannot do that. I always just quickly, to take photo. That's it for my memory. I don't have the patience. So I really appreciate you for pictures. So here's my suggestion. How about we start this online seminar? Maybe just one time to show your story, show your photos, educate Cupertino citizens how to enjoy our wildlife, how to protect our nature creatures. So, we live in Cupertino, we enjoy everything. I like those animals. We never pay attention for that. Sometimes I just hate it. Too many bother us, like squirrels or the mouse or somehow. But now, once they come to the photo, they're so pretty, become piece of artwork and a piece of your memory and the story. So I think maybe you can tell us your stories and each photo tell us. I think someone may be interesting to listen. So we want more and more people, not just a few of us, not just to print out, hang on the wall. We can have more people to enjoy your life and then learn how to enjoy our wildlife. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So I think what we can do, because we probably all have some ideas that we can discuss. And if all our commissioners are okay with this, we make a note of this agenda item and we use the agenda that we have and come back to it depending on time today. Of course, we can let you leave if you like to, because we have the rest of the evening on other items. Come back to either today or we can definitely put it on top of the list for the next meeting. Do we need a vote on this around?
No, just receive the presentation. We do have one public comment.
Yes, please.
So,
Yes.
Lisa?
Bravo. I mean, they're incredible photos, and I know you've got a lot more that we didn't see, but I was gonna suggest if John, you can maybe, or somebody can help her connect with Parks and Rec Commission and do this same thing, because these photos are from our parks. Not for the tree, but for the chair. Because I think, don't you think? That would be nice, because I think when you're in these parks, you're experiencing this, I think park people need to know. And perhaps they could display some of your photos at both Rancho and the Audubon Society is there, and you've got bird shots. I mean, I think we would just tell everyone how great you are and they don't see it. Because if you, people coming through Blackberry Farm or, the structures at Rancho. And the kids that went there for class stuff, they see it, it's smart, I think that's a good place to expose it. And realize that people are already in that. And
Thank you very much. Let's give Chintu a round of applause.
thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
I'll talk to
Thank you.
John.
Thank you very much.
And Chair, we could discuss later to, as the staff reports to
Yeah.
agendize for future meeting.
Okay, yes, that would be great. Thank you. Can we close this item?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Please, could you read the next?
sure, no problem. So many things open on my, so Agenda item number 4, under new business, we have the subject 2025 Artist Awards program and theme selections. Artist Awards season, as you know. The recommended action is 1, to receive a presentation on the 2025 Artist Awards program, and 2, discuss and select the theme. 2025 Artist Awards program.
Yep.
And we have Jessica here to make the presentation.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Jessica Sente, and I am the Administrative Assistant for the Parks and Recreation Department. And tonight I will be giving an overview of the 2025 Artist Awards program. On tonight's agenda, we'll kind of review a little bit of the background. We'll go into the Artist Awards category descriptions, the various art submission types, the different application requirements and evaluation criteria, show you a little bit of an overview. And the next steps, which will be selecting the theme this evening. And I know we have new commissioners, so we're going to go through kind of each of the different artist award categories and kind of dive into that as well. So a little bit of background. So part of the purpose of the Arts and Culture Commission is to foster and encourage artistic expression and achievement in the fields of visual, verbal, and performing arts, while also preserving and advancing the arts for the benefits of the citizens of Cupertino. So every year the commission presents artist awards to deserving artists in recognition of local talent. And the program first originally started in 1988 with just the Distinguished Artist Award, and has evolved into other categories and has continued since then. So prior to accepting applications during last year's 2024 Artist Award program, the commission reviewed and updated the Artist Awards descriptions, the application criteria, as well as the evaluation forms, which can be found in attachments A and B in the agenda. And last year, the commission received and evaluated a total of 216 Artist Award submissions. And on the screen right here is a picture of the current Artist Award winner display, which is at the library, in the first room on the right on the first floor. So now we're going to go into the different Artist Award categories. So the first one is the Distinguished Artist. The Distinguished Artist recognizes established artists having a substantial body of work that display merit and excellence, as well as a history of contributions to their artistic field and the community. Prior winners of the Distinguished Artist Award have taught art classes, participated in shows or performances, and won awards for their work. The next category is the Emerging Artist. The Emerging Artist was established to encourage and recognize demonstrations of artistic promise. And this award recognizes younger artists as well as those rediscovering their love of artistic expression later in life. And the last category that we is Young Artists. And this award is presented to deserving young artists in recognition of local achievements in the visual arts only, in the following age groups. So group A, 6 to 10 years old, and group B, 11 to 14. So there are a couple different art submission types that the commission does accept. So distinguished and emerging artists can participate in any of the following artistic categories, including visual arts, performing arts, literary arts, as well as digital arts. However, like I mentioned in the last slide, the Young Artist Award category focuses only on the visual arts. And going into the application requirements, so the Distinguished and Emerging Artist online application includes a personal statement, one letter of endorsement and or support that also includes the relationship to the artist, their digital portfolio, which can include up to 3 pieces that best represent the artist's body of work, as well as a resume and exhibition record, and that one is optional. The Young Artist Award online application only consists of the art entry. And then the main requirement for our program is that all applicants must live in Cupertino or attend an educational institution or art school physically located within the city. And moving into the evaluation criteria. So all 3 award categories are evaluated on the first 2 bullet points, so media and tools, as well as creativity and originality. Emerging and distinguished artists are also evaluated on their personal statement, and only the distinguished artists are evaluated on their design and composition. And the full evaluation criteria is also in attachment B. So here's an overview of the timeline of the program. So tonight, the commission will finalize and select the program theme, which I'll get more into the next slide. Following the meeting, I will go ahead and update the Artist Awards webpage, which is cupertino.gov/art awards. And we will market the program through the city's social media platforms and different e-notifications to past participants. Commissioners will also need to help promote the Artist Awards through your own personal outreach and also your own respective networks. The program will begin accepting online applications starting Monday, September 1st, and we will close on Wednesday, October 1st at 4:30 p.m. Staff will then organize and we will compile all of the submissions received for the commission to then evaluate and select the award winners at the November Arts and Culture Commission meeting. And then following the November meeting, the staff will notify the winners and we, as the commission, the commission will present at the January Arts and Culture Commission Artist Awards Ceremony and Art Exhibition. That's kind of an overview of the timeline. And so next steps this evening, so we will discuss and select the 2025 Artist Awards program theme. And on the screen, I've listed kind of some examples from the previous years. As you can see, the majority of the themes that are shown on the screen are from the Young Artist Awards category only. As part of the updates from last year, the commission decided to unanimously make the theme a program overall theme versus just one category. So the theme does apply to the entire program as well as all categories. So that's kind of an idea of some previous themes that we've had. And with that, I would pass it back to the commission in case you have any questions, and then you can move into the discussion of the theme.
Just for,
Yes.
sorry, please.
No, please go ahead. Yeah.
We're getting used to the.
Yeah, so may I just propose, I would like to give every commission opportunity for any questions or any questions we have, any clarifying comments, and then we can see what we need. Thank you, please. Go ahead.
Okay. The theme is only for the young artists or it's for all distinguished, emerging and young artists?
So for this year, the theme will be for the entire program for
For the
all
entire
three
program.
categories.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
That was something that was decided by the commission actually last year. So that was a change that we made.
Thank you.
No questions on my end, thank you.
Okay. Commissioner, did you have questions? No, I don't have questions.
I have a question.
Okay. go ahead.
So you mentioned that the submission of artwork will be reviewed, analyzed, selected. How do you select the poetry and the drama and the performing arts? What is your like the modus operandi for that?
We how the commission collects their submissions.
Submission and the evaluation. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so the evaluations are actually all done by you as the commissioners. So the different criteria that's listed in attachment B kind of goes through a different point system. And so it's either out of 15 points for certain categories and the distinguished is out of 20. So you as commissioners will evaluate each submission. The way that performing artists submit is that they'll submit up to 5 minutes worth of performing arts. They usually do that through a YouTube link, or sometimes they'll upload their video to like a Google Drive or a Chrome, and they'll include that link for us. And so that's how kind of we'll share it with the commission.
And but the second question is the endorsements that you seek is open, like they can put any endorsement, or do you want some qualified, like reputed people to endorse? How do you take the endorsement?
Good question. So we just state that it's a letter of endorsement or support of the artist. And so usually they'll have family members who write, endorsing and supporting the artist. Sometimes they'll get their art teachers or different, various friends or family that they have. And they just collect a letter and that's what they upload to the online application.
Awesome. The last question is, are they different categories or they are clubbed together? Performing arts, visual arts, theater, drama, everything is one category or they have different categories?
Everything is one category right
Okay.
now.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do you need anything from us right now, or you will go to the next item of the theme?
Correct. So the next part of the item is to discuss and select a theme from the commission.
Okay, and you will have some guidelines or presentations for that, or is it our open discussion now?
It is open discussion now
Okay.
with the commission.
Okay. So, are there any comments from the staff? Sean, is there anything or should
No.
we just continue?
This is your item and just
Okay.
will be project manager.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. So what was circulated in the agenda from the staff for today's meeting is we thought one way to structure the discussion could be that we have one or two items that you have already done the homework and brought to the meeting. And we give each commissioner the opportunity to highlight their items and we go around the table. And then see what kind of resonates and we can take a vote. So if that is acceptable to everyone, we
Yes.
follow that.
Yes.
Okay, I'll just go around the table, so I'll go to Commissioner Lama, did you have any inputs on the theme for the Artist Award?
Yes, I'm not crisp in my thought though. So I want to put something on the table and see if all of you can help crispify it. Okay, so there's two things that come to my mind. One is unity in the city. It's a very multicultural city. But I also feel culture kind of sticks within their own. And if we encourage cross-cultural, cross-background interactions and make a team around that. So that's where I need help to make this more crisp. You know, the often used words as unity and diversity and so on, but those are, you start rolling your eyes on some of them. So if we can think of a better word or somebody can, I would love that.
I think
That's, yeah.
okay, I think that's great. So I have made a note and we all have it. So we'll just see how it all comes back to the
Sure.
table discussion. So yes, Commissioner Wong, please.
So the two that I came up with, the first one is Cupertino through time, and the second is Imagine a Better World. So, I mean, they're both pretty literal and straightforward in what they're trying to evoke. I think Cupertino through time in my mind is a little bit more specific to our city. I think, how do we showcase art that's specific to the city, celebrate Cupertino? So that theme will kind of force participants to think very specific about the city that we live and enjoy. And then the through time aspect also helps to highlight, I mean, it can be interpreted in multiple ways, but it can be a way to highlight the history of Cupertino, the present of Cupertino, but also could be interpreted as the future of Cupertino. And then Imagine a Better World, it's more general, but it's to basically allow the artists to share their hopes and dreams for the future.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right, I go with Commissioner Chen, I go last.
Okay. Yeah, I thought that should thank you. Okay, I saw you already have so many very nice things before. One is I had someone similar. The one we already have, so
Okay.
forget about that.
Okay.
The one that I want through artist eye to see Cupertino future, not controlled by the planner and architect. I want to see the artist's imagination, but then you already have the similar to that. So I will change that. I will select two. One is now we saw so many artists in our city. Focus on their daily life, the detail of daily life. Artist, one day the artist. Or we can, another thing is build a first bridge between Cupertino and any other sister cities. So similar as yours, multicultural mix together. So that's my suggestion too.
Okay. Thank you, thank you, it's great, thank you. Commissioner.
Yeah, wonderful ideas. But now I want to suggest, like, as an artist, like if you think Cupertino, it gets a little bit limited. I would like to see the best of artists that they can bring. So like 2-3 things, like I've seen art students, I was a teacher, so they have a lot of mental things, emotional things. So they can present, irrespective of where they live, their thing. That if I say, I feel this is my emotion. Can I present it in paper or poetry or verse or drama or some theater? So if you keep the topic open, an artist can be very expressive about irrespective of where they stay, what they do, what the profession is, this is my field. I feel this. And also similarly, if I talk about how do we make it inclusive, empower people, I am unique. If I have a topic of I am unique, just unique, something, how are you different? I may be different in many ways, but how do I look at it? My perspective in my art. If I can make a general topic, we make the resin very open. So I have these two things, mental health and uniqueness in every person, every artist. Maybe it may be a photographer, it may be an artist drawing visual arts or performing arts. How do they express their uniqueness within their art? So these are my two suggestions.
Sorry, I got the second one. I am unique. How did you title the first one?
This is, I feel this.
Oh, I feel.
Yes,
Okay,
I feel
yes, I did hear. All good? Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, so mine are a little bit, I think, kind of resonate, so you're not going to be surprised. I did want to mention something. So our mayor this year, she has some initiatives, and I've heard about them at the mayor's meeting. We also heard, maybe from Commissioner Chen for the story writing also. So we've been hearing about it, and I wanted to go back on the city website and read it, which I did. So may I just read these two sentences from her? So initiatives focus on building community, celebrating Cupertino's diversity, and encouraging open dialogue between residents and local leadership through events, conversations, and storytelling. And based on this theme, there have been a lot of events through the city, through different partnerships that are already in motion, which is great. So I thought, is this something, and it also did resonate with me. We all talked a little bit about diversity coming together. So it's not that it is totally out of maybe even our realm. It's a very much a theme that would that can give a scope for the artist. So I was kind of inspired to see how we can also add value to this initiative if it does speak to us, and it's at least it spoke to me. Diversity is always spoken to. Arts and culture, and that's the reason why I joined this commission, is diversity and thinking about different arts and culture and integrating that. So mine is, I'm just going to use the tagline. I know Commissioner Lambda talked about it. So I'm talking unity and diversity. We can find a nicer title to it. And my other one was also a little bit as Commissioner David Bong had here on more on past, present, and future. How are we seeing this? And because a lot is happening, I can say AI right now, but a lot has also been happening in the last 10 years, years before that. And I felt it could be, we can leave that interpretation through the artist, could be his or her, their own journey. It could be the city's journey. It could be the transition of many times the immigrants. So it still kind of went into culture, but a different scope, and maybe it links into how am I unique or something, how I feel. So I had liked that bringing the togetherness and diversity, and the richness of that. And other one was the time lapse, and however we want to title it. So those are my thoughts. So not very different. I think we are kind of thinking.
We're all in it together. We're all in it together. That's very sweet.
Yeah, so any comments, any discussion, anything we want to ask to the other one? Any idea? Anybody wants to put a title?
I'd like to propose,
Yes.
and I cheated.
Okay,
Okay, I'm challenging
yes.
Attractive.
for suggestions.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, so did
So-
I.
Thank you so much.
I
I feel better.
I know, I thought on my mind.
Okay, so the first, two potential titles. One is, you guys remember the song by Sister Sledge, We Are Family. We are family. Okay, so that's a potential one, but that dates us. So younger ones may wonder. The better one may be threads that bind us.
Okay.
No, I didn't come up with this, technically. I gave it, I put the input as, come up with a theme around we are family. And this was one of the suggestions that made threads that bind us. So those are two thoughts.
I didn't refer, but something comes to my mind. So we all different colors. So our world is a rainbow. World as a rainbow.
Is that it? Yes?
Or
Jessica, have you been taking notes
I
on
have
what the
been.
names?
I do have them.
You have a challenging job to make it crisp.
oh, she's very smart. She's
Based on
very
what we
smart.
say.
It is up to the commission completely.
Uh-huh.
So I guess, would it be helpful if we reviewed what themes have already been shared?
Yeah.
And we can go from there to try to either refine, or if there's one that really stands out to all of us, maybe we're already ready for a decision.
Once a time. That's the chapter teach. Put the efforts into that. I think one was in the diversity space.
Yes.
The other was more on the individual, if I may say.
Yeah.
That's good.
Feel and
Emotion.
unique. That's, I think, one category. And I'm just, you can please add. And the third one was the transition over time.
Over time.
The past to
Correct.
the present to the future.
Perfect.
I think those are the three.
Those are
Yes.
three themes. Okay, are we okay with those three themes?
Yes.
At a high, at least in the understanding. Now the title. And which one do you want to select, of course?
Would it help if I shared my screen with,
Yes.
with everything that
Yeah,
everyone has said?
please do.
Sorry, I'm zooming.
Yeah. Are there any keywords from any commissioner that we have left out? You want to just put them on the wall? On the page? Any keywords that are
Miss Jessica,
not captured?
world is a rainbow instead of available. World is a rainbow. And our world, if you can add our world is a rainbow. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so we've not missed anything, right? From what everyone wanted to bring to the discussion.
This captures it so nicely.
Wow.
Okay,
So, Commissioner Rora, so the three themes that you mentioned, one way is maybe we say, okay, which theme resonates most with us? And then we can start thinking.
Yeah.
You could just do a voice over something.
if we are inclined to work with the mayor's initiative, diversity is a word that kind of was
Yeah.
put there.
If you may allow it, the topic of diversity and it is beautiful. If I can just rephrase it, can I say unity in diversity? Unity in diversity.
Definitely.
Yeah, that might be like, yeah.
If we're voting on themes.
Yeah.
Diversity thing.
Yeah, me too, especially because it's also aligned with the mayor's initiative. And generally speaking, that's a good idea.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
And let me just add to that, we've had in the past, we did sustainability, that year Cupertino had the sustainability theme, so we've done this before. It's not only this time.
Oh.
It was, I don't know whether it was really written as mayors, but that was Cupertino was doing everything on sustainability that year, and we had that a few years ago.
Yeah.
As a-
Better, can we review the theme, the previous theme?
Yeah.
Better not repeat the theme really hard.
Yeah, sure, of course.
Last year's theme was building sustainable community.
But that's
That was
last
last
year, okay, yeah.
I like the
The
unity
future.
and diversity. But the words, maybe the eye rolling words.
Visions.
So I'm a little worried
Talk
about
about the
Yeah,
future.
Get a-
It's very cool.
So these were the previous.
Yes. Talking about future.
I mean, we could do a combination, unity and diversity, that's that bind us, just becomes too long. Becomes a little
Yeah.
long.
My theme is friendship or bridge.
Or
Yeah.
Friendship Bridge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
between all the culture cities, but they represent all.
Let's at least
Original
capture,
location.
let's at least capture it on our new list. And see how we fit it in.
All the artists that they not. As an artist, it's not easy. It's everyone has some stories.
You got a great list for the future too. So,
Yes, you're right.
If we like that threads that bind us, because it's a kind of a new, at least a fresh title. More than unity in diversity, if we want to, we could put the diversity word in there. Threads that bind us, I don't know, through diversity or other way around, something.
Or just combine them.
Or
Does that bind us, that's unity and diversity, or look that.
Threads
Becomes a
that-
little long,
Yeah, basically threads that bind us is unity, right?
it's unity.
So now you can throw the diversity into it in a nice way. Need the commissioner to take that on.
Sorry, the thought that I had when you were saying that, you know, the couple of words, colon.
Yeah.
Literal description, I mean, we could do that, I mean,
Yeah.
threads that bind us is a little abstract.
Correct, that's abstract.
That could be the
Then-
start,
yeah.
colon.
Colon, unity and diversity.
Should we try that? See how it looks?
I like that, abstract and then specific.
Or.
Let's see how that goes. Threads that bind us, unity and diversity. It's definitely clear.
So how about we switch it? Because the unity and diversity seems more title-like.
Yeah.
And then the threads that bind us come as a logo for that. I was just thinking that way. How about that? Is it better for you?
I-
Just think, yeah.
I was thinking abstract first and then be specific.
Okay.
Versus
Okay.
be specific and then throw in the abstract.
Sure. I
Okay,
think,
I
yeah.
don't have a strong opinion, but
No, that's okay. I mean,
that's one logic. I think.
yeah. That
Right.
also sounds,
Uh,
that sounds
Yeah.
reasonable, yes.
The title looks for political.
Oh, oh, really?
Yeah, it looks like we short it, now it's an art, which will be more beautiful, romantic, not like. Looks like so like a political thing,
So,
density, yeah.
Maybe
Diversity.
maybe threads
Makes
just that bind us is a more
Makes
emotional
something-
and more friend.
Yeah, more friend, more
More friend
naturally
and
beautiful,
leave the
yeah.
unity and diversity.
Oh, we can actually make it symbolic, because when you look at a kaleidoscope, it's all colors put together. Kaleidoscope, colors of us, or colors of life, or colors put together.
Yeah.
So it can be more symbolic than actual the word of unity.
Something like a point.
I still like both because then we don't leave it to too much open to interpretation.
Interpretation,
Because see, we are now biased because we've had this discussion.
right.
Okay, if we were to test this with people, what would they conclude is what we gotta think, right? So again, I use ChatGPT to say, what does this mean? Threads that bind us, unity and diversity. It says, is a poetic and powerful way to express how people from different backgrounds are deeply connected despite their differences.
Yes.
It did a good job.
Right. See, a mode of presenting different cultural diversity will be colors. We look at
Yes.
different colors. So anything that represent various colors, I mean, like rainbow or kaleidoscope, something, it can, as she said, if we can put an artistic way, that will make us different. I mean, that's
Fine.
Softer. Looks more softer, naturally colorful, not like political speech.
Should we try to bold just the threads that bind us? And the one above that, and the one above that, maybe. Those are ones we are discussing now, or the others, you know.
Okay.
Let's see if there's
Background,
any
sure.
other one, and then we can narrow down.
Yeah. Or any other wording, right? We're looking at any other wording, that the idea is
Right.
kind of clear to all of us.
Yes.
Yeah, are we okay with the idea?
Yeah.
The one title was United Through Art, although that this is slightly different tangent. But I'm
Correct.
just putting it there. every
Same
time.
theme.
Just a small general time check, it's almost 7:50. We have 8:30, right? Till 8 or 8:30? Sorry? Not that one?
There is,
Oh, no limit, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm new, so I'm still learning.
that's okay.
Yeah.
In fact, this is the shortest discussion we've had. on this project. Take over the whole part.
Good to know.
This is normally a
Now it's
long.
Oh, I didn't know that. Good to know.
Scroll down a little
Yeah.
bit, please. Okay.
You can add one more to my name, kaleidoscope, the colors that make us. We are color, no, color, different colors. Yeah, cool colors. No, wait. Colors that make us.
Want to read them all out?
That's.
They're on a different theme.
Thank you, Jessica.
I can just read some random taglines.
Sure.
If any word you want to get out of it. One voice, many stories. United through art. Through my eyes, that's very close to what you were saying.
I really liked the concept of
Bridges.
Cupertino as cities, so I think bridges is
Yeah.
another word that's.
Bridges is a nice word to me. Bridging between diversity. Something like that. Lead the united out.
Infrastructure.
Yeah, we're still in diversity, but we had the word of bridging.
Yeah, if you can add the bridge, so.
Action. Bridging of, do we want to put cultures there, literally, like bridging between cultures? It's the sister city concept, right?
Anything.
Anything, yeah, of course, anything.
Does music. That's like a mountain fight of everything together. Oh, that's a too political.
There's also, okay,
Something like a song.
should we try to use the better world,
Yeah.
better world in diversity, or I mean, I know we want to put diversity there, maybe the better part of it, the better world part of it.
Think about. Jessica, think about. You will find a multiplication decision.
Maybe just- I know your better world was more for the future. But
Okay,
I can't bring that.
let's make it more action, making a better world. Or, I mean, thinking like we are working towards making it better, right? So making a better world, something like that. Better world is like, maybe, is it happening or is it like already there? So we are working towards making it better, making a better world.
In diversity,
Make a
You
better,
can-
better city.
Better city.
a better city.
Yeah, but spoke for self.
I think that is definitely political.
Yeah. That's political. I know. Like mayor. Mayor's speech.
I think it's okay, we don't have to be too concerned, as long as we know the theme, so I think we are feeling confident of the themes.
Yes.
Trying to find something that speaks to everyone.
Okay, ask ChatGPT. How they define it.
Can we say threads that bind us in diversity? So leave just that, forget.
That's another word.
That's good too.
We can take a motion and take a vote. I mean, I think if there are no other ideas, and we have many good ideas, so I think we won't go wrong from this list. Maybe it will become better. Some artists will make a really nice interpretation of our title. Any motion, any proposal? Anyone?
Threads
Well,
that,
Procedurally, I'm not sure we're ready to make a motion, right? That would be once we've decided. But we can start voting to figure out which one we'd like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I wrote down.
Yeah, we can, each can give the whatever they find.
We can give two.
See here,
From the list,
Yeah.
from the list we have.
here, bound beyond the borders.
Oh, the
Freedom
bridge.
of completion. Highway from bridge of souls.
So if you'd like to add any,
Friendship.
Commissioner Chen, if you'd like to add any, let's add it on the list and see what everyone selects as their
Bridge
top
of
two
hearts.
matter. Yeah. Hopefully, there's some.
Bound beyond the borders. Freedom of completion. Highway for warmth, bridge of souls, golden of friendship.
So maybe let's
form
go
of
around the room and
Yeah.
one vote for say
Connection.
two.
Two.
Yeah, let's say two.
rainbow of friendship.
So,
rainbow.
Let's give a minute
Very
to
fun.
Commissioner Chen to finish.
Okay. Lighthouse Bridge. Okay, yeah, that's it.
She's captured only those. Would you like to add any others?
I'll show you. Yeah. Maybe too many.
I think it's maybe, if you can suggest maybe two or three.
Yeah, two or three.
Yes, thank you. We have Bridge of Hearts and Beyond the Borders.
Found beyond the borders, yeah.
Those two are there. Maybe you can
Yeah,
suggest one
and
that you like.
rainbow of friendship.
Okay, Rainbow of Friendship. Okay, great.
Powerful.
Thank you. That's one. Okay,
Check.
so are we doing now from that full list? Each one of us are giving our top two. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's go on the table.
okay, I'll pick, my number one would be threads that bind us in diversity. And the second is threads that bind us, university in diversity, unity in diversity. Yeah.
I'll vote for threads that bind us as well as the one above it.
Okay, Commissioner Chen?
Bridge of friendship.
Bridge of Friendship.
All the way down. Yeah.
Friendship bridge.
Friendship bridge? Or bridge of friendship?
Bridge of friendship.
And any other? You have a second one?
That's it. That's it.
Only
Just
one?
one, just
Okay, okay.
simple.
Alright. Commissioner Pango? Me.
You can go up. I also will take one. I like that threads that bind us, very short, no long, I mean, otherwise I feel, yeah, that I like that very much, threads that bind us. It's very intuitive and explanatory, threads that bind us. I think the second one is redundant. When we say threads that bind us, it completes the whole meaning, I think.
Which is the second one?
Only one.
Oh, you want to vote for only one?
Yes. Okay, really too many.
We still have a tie after all.
To do something.
The chair has the tiebreaker.
Or throw in a new one.
Oh, that can happen. If you don't have a clear vote, that can happen.
Don't say.
Okay,
Think
so,
about it.
I also like one vote for, threads that bind us.
That's beautiful. That's really nice.
I do like but I don't like the wording of it that much, it says that bind us in diversity. The wording of it so much. The one at the top. Well, then the vote will have 3 votes each, right? I will vote for the top bold one.
This one?
Yeah, so now what happens?
You did not help there. That's good. I'm just kidding.
No, actually, we can do, now we have a shorter range to
Yeah.
select from.
Now we can Well, now we can go around the room and everyone only cast one
One
vote
vote.
between the two.
Between the
Perfect.
So now
That's
they're-
Smart idea. Very
That's
smart
it.
idea.
So only those 2 candidates, please go around.
All right, I'll take the first one.
You take the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll vote for the second one.
That's 2.
Okay, Commissioner Chen, you have to already clear. You have to vote now here.
just follow anybody.
Okay, so you don't want to vote on any of them?
Anything's fine.
Anything's fine.
Not big deal.
I'll take the second one, threads that bind us.
Second.
But for some more.
But even, oh yeah, it's 2 by 2 now. Yeah. But we have 5 of us. So Miss Chen, you
One.
can.
She didn't like. She didn't want to. vote.
Okay.
Yeah, either way is fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks good, yeah, sure. Maybe the second one.
yeah, I have to make sure that we make a decision now, so I'll go for threads that bind us.
Commissioner
Yay.
Chen, did you want to vote for the second one?
Let's see. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. It makes face.
Yes.
Okay, could we still have a unity in that? I think it's clear. Yes, it's not there. It's exactly that thought. I'm sure that would be the interpretation, or maybe a different interpretation.
This sounds like a bridge or somehow.
I think it also
Yeah,
satisfies
same
a little bit more
Yeah,
abstract for
same
you,
thing.
and I think
Yeah.
that's good. That we
Look,
get
more
everybody's,
Yeah.
I agree with that, I agree with that, yeah.
Yay.
Okay.
And I know this is specific, but we're okay. Do you want the capital B and bind us and the capital U and us as well?
How would you like it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
I have to ask, just to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
sure.
This look is very impactful, the
Yeah.
bind us, yes. I think
Okay.
we need the B and the U capitals, yes,
Yeah.
with the punch in it.
Yeah, okay, I think very good. Do we take a vote now?
I think out of formality,
Yes.
now
we need a
someone make a
motion.
motion and.
Yeah, we need a motion
Yes,
now.
I can make a motion. I'm very happy for this one. Can we go take a motion?
Yes, what is the motion?
Yeah, I want to suggest the name as threads that bind us.
Second.
Please. So what?
Take a vote, Commissioner Ponda? Aye. Commissioner Gamba? Aye.
Aye.
Commissioner Chen?
Aye.
Vice Chair?
Aye.
Chair? Aye. Unanimous, 5-0.
Yay.
Threads that bind us.
Thank you very much. Jessica,
You did a wonderful job.
for managing this discussion and also of course show from staff on
So patient.
the correct.
Might be the quickest.
Yeah. Thank you, Commissioners. So I'll go ahead and I'll update the Artist Award flyers. I believe was attachment D in your packet, with the new theme. And I will email the final version, to you all. And, applications will open September 1st.
There's a 1 month, sorry.
No, go ahead.
So it's a 1 month period that people can apply from September 1 to October 1.
Yes, after.
Yes, and also the selection time tenure is 2 months because you're announcing in November. No, 1 month.
So, so I will go ahead and compile everything, after the application deadline closes. And then we will, include that in your agenda packet for November. And so you all will be tasked with actually reviewing the Artist Award submissions prior to the meeting.
Yeah.
And you'll come to the meeting and that's where you'll give us our scores during the meeting. And then you'll have a discussion and select your winners.
November 17th. So make sure you mark that.
Do we take, there is no public?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can close this agenda item?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Really
You all.
appreciate all your commissioner support on this. Amazing. Brilliant.
Staff commission reports. So,
What is the, can you please do the next agenda item?
yeah, staff commission reports. That's the next agenda item. So, I could start,
Yeah. Yes.
so one of the action items from the last couple of meetings is have an article written in the Cupertino scene. This Friday, an article will be published about the Arts and Culture Commission. Unfortunately, I only had 300 words to memorize everything, but we did, I did focus on the history of the commission. Who's on there, as well as I really did focus again on two art pieces, the John Inman art piece, as well as Kaleidos, the Westport, new art piece
Butterflies.
at Westport. As well. So those will be highlighted. There will be a link to what we have. Thank you, Vice Chair, for pointing this out to me, was the Cupertino Art Tour, which is also an app, right? I did inquire, I'm moving on to another item. I did inquire about this with our GIS folks, and what they had said was there was funding specifically for this to maintain it, but we don't have funding. We have no way to maintain it currently, besides what we have already. There was a heavy lift from one of our commissioners at the time that organized the history of the art pieces and whatnot, did the descriptions and whatever else. So pending our next budget, we could see if council would be willing to add as an item to re-up this app that goes through there. If you haven't done it, I would ask you guys to go through the Cupertino website on your phone, and then you can download the app, and you can at least kind of shows you what's been approved years ago and places I didn't realize at all as well. One of the nicer ones I think was the one by the Mary Avenue Bridge. There's an art piece on there. That's quite interesting. But there's also a lot missing, particularly since this app was first developed many years ago. So some food for thought in the future. Whether if council will be willing to be up this.
Yes, question. Do you have a sense how much the original app cost to make and or how much it would cost for maintenance?
I don't, unfortunately, the conversation did not get that far on, and we have no money to do it, but I will follow up with our GIS folks to see what they remember.
I think that would be very informative for us as we decide if it's something that we would want to advocate for.
So this is the one called Art Tour or Art Tour,
Art tours, yeah.
with a single T.
There's like a little robot that kind of.
Yeah. So the art guide. Okay.
So would we ask you to make a note and at least as our item to discuss again, bringing it back. At one of our meetings.
I think for September and, kind of transitioning, once we get to future agenda setting, we can discuss what items that we'll see for the September 22nd meeting. That's the only update I have for a staff report, other than what we discussed earlier, planning commission, the first meeting, taking your recommendation to them for their recommendation to city council, hopefully by fall.
Yeah.
Okay, and any commission reports, again, it was the mayor's.
I do have, should I start with that?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Although I would like to allow the commissioners also to. Okay, so very interestingly, yeah. We had mayor's and commission chairs meeting on July 16th. And the one before that was in May. Just after our meeting. So now in July 16th, we hadn't yet had this, but that's okay. I still could update a little bit more details from our previous meeting, which I could not have captured. So the format, the way it is that there is a Google Sheet and we're supposed to put in 3 bullet points prior to the meeting. The mayor has read that, and they can ask questions, or she can ask questions, or the commissioners can also ask questions. Interestingly, at this meeting, she said that she has gone through everything and she'd rather talk about how to run a meeting.
Okay.
Efficient. Okay, so there's a page here and it talks about Rosenberg's rules of order. Reminders on meeting procedure. Okay, I'm not ready to you, but I will, if you like, I will circulate it. And we also have a commissioner handbook. So I would like to
Mhm.
just kind of remind each one of us, including me, are we able to share this?
I can share. So,
Yes, yes,
Yes.
please.
uh, And what were those 2 items?
The other one was Rosenberg's rules of order, reminders on meeting procedure. This was circulated at our last meeting. I can give to you, can scan it. It's in here. I think it's in.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll circulate the commissioner handbook, which should be on the
Yeah,
website.
I think they pulled out one page specially to discuss with us. So, but having said that,
Okay.
I applied that to our discussion earlier. That's the 2 things I learned from it. One was how to give everybody the opportunity to speak and then how to come together. I feel there are 3 points. One is we are allowed to take and give homeworks. So that was my request this time. We all just come better prepared, with ideas. Mostly it's going to be about ideas. So that was one. And the third thing that I learned, and that's what I'm going to share with you, that it is possible to do subcommittees, not formal, subcommittees of 2 members only, because as we know, we can't do. So 2 members on a topic that needs to be explored further, and the scope of our bi-monthly meetings doesn't allow us to discuss those items or explore them. Okay, there are 2 good examples we have in front of us already. One is the field trip that Mr. Lamba has been working on, and I would love an update on that as we go around the table. But there could be other topics from today or from the past that we did not feel the opportunity to discuss in our current meetings. If someone and then one other person.
I
So
can
so we
suggest one
should-
topic about the cultural thing. I remember I told last time also, we can make a subcommittee of how do we participate in cultural events. We have focused on art, but if
Yeah.
we can touch the cultural part,
Okay.
so we can have a subcommittee on that.
Okay, so I will make a round, and so please bring that back to discussion and see who can partner with you. So that was at least the 3 learnings I had, and I think they are very useful. And if we want to use them as a commission, we can use it. We don't have to. Nothing is. But I think it does help to structure the discussion and get more out of it, because surprisingly, after joining the Arts and Culture Commission, and may happen to you, there's still quite a lot going on. We have a busy agenda and sometimes we are here for several hours, so respecting everyone. Yes, please.
Procedurally, how would we establish a subcommittee?
Okay, so I'm gonna see if staff can help us in that. Do you have any kind of guidelines or?
I unfortunately I don't.
Okay, okay,
Outside of council, I don't believe any other commissions have, including the planning commission.
Actually,
Oh, they
minor
do.
difference.
they do.
They do. I was in library,
Okay.
so we used to have
Perfect.
3 committees differently.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, because one was the selection of the poet laureate,
Yes.
and one was for the analysis survey of the parking around library. One third I don't remember, but different people were involved, and also they had different 2 people. As you said, maximum 2 people.
Yeah.
So that's how.
Yeah. So what I learned, and so if there is no problem, as we understand, there is no formal guideline, which is then quite okay. Several commissions have it. So the Technology Commission has it, Parks and Rec have it. And it's literally, it could be very temporary, over 2 months, and it's over. Just bring back the input, what those 2 commissioners have learned. So at least I would propose, if we have topics that any commissioner wants to take on.
Sure.
And is of interest to our full commission, and then I think definitely individually is possible, but if we want to have the subcommittee, somebody volunteers to work with them, we just do it, that's it.
Good suggestion.
Please,
Chair.
yes.
So I think, future agenda setting is the next topic on the agenda. Our September meeting is very light. I don't foresee anything at that meeting
Okay,
as of now. We could suggest having ideas for subcommittees at that meeting.
Yeah.
And then have that as an agenda item. You know, and what staff can do is prepare a quick staff report as to procedurally how to create one. And then what entails in terms of, you know, longevity of subcommittees and whatnot. And we're more than happy to have that discussion, later share, when we do our agenda setting, see if that's something you'd be
okay,
interested in doing, or if the commission wants to opine on that. Helpful, so we can discuss it under future agenda setting.
okay. We need a vote on it? No, okay, so I think that's a way to, we have the next meeting, we can use that opportunity to
Discuss
discuss
further.
topics and the subcommittee formation itself. And we'll probably get a little bit more also guidelines. Okay, so that was the mayor's, mayors and commissioners meeting, and I thought it was very helpful. So I actually applaud her for that. Yeah. We were also introduced at that time. We do have a new city manager. Is it interim? I want to make sure.
Yeah.
You know.
Acting is if there's, acting was when Pamela was on paid leave,
Okay,
so now she's.
so now it's
Interim.
it is still interim. Okay, Tina Kapoor. Okay, and also
Miss Lindsay is a new person, right? Miss Lindsay, we got an email today that Miss,
No, that's a, admin.
admin, okay.
and
Right there.
Yay.
You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Lindsay. I'm the new administrative assistant in the clerk's office, so I'm gonna be coming to meetings and assisting with minutes and posting agendas and stuff of that nature, so it's nice to.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
And she's been doing our draft minutes, and she's come along anyways.
Yeah,
You're,
about like 9 months.
9 months, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So,
thank you for helping us. Thank you for your support. So that was the mayor's meeting. I do want to take a round to see if any of the commissioners, each one of them has any inputs. Yes,
Yes, so I was very lucky that I could, thank you for giving that opportunity to go to the selection of poet laureate. They need one extra commissioner. I remember that, but beyond their team, they need one. So, and I had volunteered, so
Yeah.
it was a very good experience.
Yeah.
So the new poet laureate is Thomas Sedelier. He's from France. He's a very versatile poet. So we had a very tough decision making, but a lot of things went there. So like 3-4 hours we spent there. It was a wonderful experience. So the culture, the art that our city has, I mean, so proud of it. But and I'm glad that the diversity part also came into it. So he will bring some new energy, I believe.
Okay.
So I wanted to share that experience.
Thank you for participating and sharing. Commissioner, did you have any updates on that? How was the RP festival? Have you already reported on that? Anything you'd like to share?
I think this year is too rush, not organized, good enough. So we prepare next year, we have more Commissioner John together to have more big formal.
Thank you. Commissioner? No reports?
The only topic was to propose the field trip date and try to get alignment on that. Is this a good time?
we'll do it in a future agenda setting.
Okay,
good.
so we are done with the
Yes.
commissioners' reports. Thank you very much.
Future agenda?
Okay, please.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Thanks. So I and John have exchanged messages and so on the legal aspects of having a field trip by all the commissioners together. I'll ask you to maybe can you just tell everybody what you found?
So Kirsten, who's our city clerk, she and I have been communicating about the procedures for that. So it'll be a special meeting. Unlike other meetings that need 72 hours, this can be within 24 hours of noticing, but I think it's prudent since we're all of you, and I say we because I have to be at the meeting myself, that we select a date to go. Do you think it's okay if all 5 of us, six of us
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I think we look at calendars,
Yeah.
What,
So I have a proposal
Yeah.
for a date. It's unfortunately, it's only one date right now. If that doesn't work, then we'll punt it to November.
Okay.
So the date is Saturday, August 3rd, sorry,
November.
August 30th. Okay, so that gives us enough time. And it needs to be in the morning, and I'll give you a little bit more description once we look at the calendar. Around 11, basically before 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
August.
See if that works for everybody?
First, the 31st.
August
30th, Saturday.
30th,
Saturday.
Saturday, August
And
30th,
it's the morning session, right?
morning. Okay, before 1, so I was gonna propose 11 a.m.
Okay.
Okay, David, you good with that? So I will give details now. Commissioner Rhoda, you good? Susan? Okay. Wow, we got all. John, you good?
So it's like 2, 3 hours, right? It's 11 to 1, you said 2 hours.
I'd say keep 1 hour. We don't need
Oh,
to have,
but-
1 hour is
So
plenty.
11 to 12.
Yeah, 11 to 12. John is gonna work for you?
I gotta check my daughter's soccer schedule.
Uh-huh. The boss.
Get back to,
Yeah,
so right now he has only
Yeah.
1 day, so,
and given that all 5 commissioners can go, I'm gonna grab this, and John, you may get a special session if you want.
Yeah.
I think he needs to be with us.
Oh, he needs to be with us. Oh, chaperone.
So the most important person is you and him for it to happen.
Okay, get back to us.
Yes.
I have no soccer game that day, which is good.
But you can confirm.
But what time would you say?
So I was going to say propose 11 a.m. Okay,
11 to 1?
yeah, keep 11 to 1, but hopefully we're done in 1 hour. Okay. So a little description here. The reason I think this is useful is, number one, it'll increase our awareness. And we may want to do additional field trips, like the Euclid Museum, for example. Second one is this specific one, we can get educated a little bit on public-private partnerships. Okay, so the destination is the Palo Alto Arts Center. It's on Newell Road, and maybe I can send you the address that you can send in the agenda. You have to probably publish it anyway. Okay. Karen Kinzel is the Art Center Director. She is a City of Palo Alto employee, and she's the head of this art center. So she will give us a walkabout, and we'll just go around the studios to see how they are. And she'll give a short talk on public-private partnership that place has. Keep it simple that way.
I think that's great.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I think it'll be fun. And I'm happy to carpool with folks if we want to drive.
All of us go one car. We'll talk a lot.
We may not fit in one car.
Yeah. We'll take a van. We'll take a van. So
So, right, if somebody has a van, I have a car, so,
You have a van?
I do not have a van.
okay.
Is this agenda item and discuss anything else?
That we do have, we want to talk about possibly in September, discussing subcommittees,
Yes.
come with ideas.
Yes.
Yes.
Could you- Yes.
Come with ideas.
Take a motion on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
I make a motion to include that in the next September meeting. Formation of
Second
subcommittees.
it.
Thank you.
I,
Question.
Wait, we don't need to vote.
I think you have to.
It's only a motion and a second, I believe.
That's all right.
Just the motion is.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've got that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Anything else we have, somebody in the government still? You have a list?
That did it say? Okay. So I do have, just to reiterate, my to-dos for you guys this week is to send a list of projects, the link to the webpage.
Okay,
Also, Jean's contact for a website, as well as for the next meeting, the cost of the art tours, how to maintain it and further.
Okay.
Stuff for the next meeting as well. And circulate the commissioner handbook.
okay.
So I believe at least 3 of those items, with the exception of cost of art tours, I could probably get on an email this week.
You guys take a look at it.
But one question, sir.
Mhm.
There was a boot camp email that came in September. Is it mandatory for us?
No,
Okay, okay.
I don't believe so. Was that through S3 Creates, I believe?
No, there was, let me tell you the name of, exact name of it. One second. It said boot camp for art commissioners.
SB creates, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so it's not mandatory.
Not mandatory,
Okay.
but would be a great opportunity.
Okay, it's like, with learning experience. Okay, perfect, got it. Thank you.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Discussed everything?
Tell me.
Okay.
Our package, our labels, please request him.
Oh.
Chair.
Oh, okay, okay. So, I have an update on that.
Yes.
They're in my car.
Yay!
What's in your car?
Let me, so I'll give it to you as we go up.
Whoa.
So what we got was a kind of a low cost option.
Okay.
So that's what was approved from the council for all commissions.
Oh.
It's basically the plastic holder with the city card.
That's okay.
And it has a nice thing, it has a QR code at the back that you can allow anyone to scan and it will go to your profile on the Arts and
Website.
Culture Commission of City of Cupertino.
Yes.
Yes, that
Actually,
is really good.
I'll be going
Excellent.
somewhere where all the Congress people center are coming, I'll show them off, yes, look at that.
Yes.
And also QR code
If
behind
you
it.
like to wait here, it's okay, or if you want to just walk with me out.
I'll be walking.
We'll walk out with you.
Okay, thank you very much, and I do apologize for the delay, a little bit of a drive today I'm having over the town. But okay, and thank you very much for taking care of it. Thank you.
You turned?
Excellent.
She is adjourned.
Thank you all.
Yeah.